Hey yo folks, and welcome to another episode of the 600pp tryouts. In this episode I am doing the GR86 Toyota 2021 version. So my there. Yep. Oh, here comes the details. Yeah, so here's what I bought for this one this time around. So got the normal stuff right there with the rate reduction this time around too. So yeah, surprisingly this car weighs like 2,800 pounds, surprisingly. High lift key, high compression, no bore up though. It's weird. You got the other stuff, racing crankshaft. This has a turbocharger, and you can also install a supercharger if you want. I will say the turbocharger is better. 45 rigidity, but only a weight reduction up to 2. This one. Look at that. Yeah, you can buy a supercharger too. I just wouldn't recommend it because I don't think it's that great. Well, I think it's more like the setup I'm at where it's not great. I do think it might be better for perhaps a lower chance on that, stuff like that. Yeah, there's the stuff basically. What I basically bought. Yeah, just relooking just in case to show still. This is post-record, or this is pre-record and then post-record later. So for that. There I go about this. I'll switch in it later. And here. Alright, add it. So I'll put the car customization, which the car customization, I basically kept up the normal tires. No offset, no whip, because I do think the offset's bad to do. At the end of the day. If anything, I painted the rims white. If you want to know the color for this car, it's precious silver or precious white or something like that. This one. Now this has a front splitter, of course, because it is a modern car. So that's the benefit, at least it's a modern car. Side skirts and a back skirt. It's also got a special wing too. And of course I do with that, and I just realized, oh wait, yeah, I didn't show the whole wing. So here's our wing. There you go. The wing stuff. And now onto the hood pins. The tread pins. Kind of weird spot, but toe hook is there, and then the roll cage is, of course, there. And light bulbs, I went with the warm to match with the rest color scheme. So it gives that orange rush look. And the license plate. Yeah, license plate can be weird on some cars. But I do like the Toyota vinyl, whoever did that. So I will say credit to anyone who ever does these custom decal works. These are pretty sick sometimes. That I come across. I forget what their names were for the credit, but they're cool out there. Now here's the tune-up for this. Which is, like I said, didn't touch the suspension, didn't touch the differential. Although I will admit, I probably should touch the body height. Because this thing gets a little wild if you steer too much in one direction. Downforce didn't need to be touched. The speed had to get touched a good bit. Weight balance, it's like mid, so it has to add more weight to it. And then the low RPM turbo, because low RPMs are usually pretty good. We got more acceleration than normal. And then just a racing air filter while everything else is normal. Yeah, power restricted 95%. And then the transmission, I don't even think I even had to touch the transmission besides it's, full custom. But that's always going to be the same. And then here's the picture, or here's the vinyl if you ever want to get this vinyl to the car. Now onto the time trial. So starting with Grand Valley Highway South Reverse, I think it's called. I think I got that right this time. I keep saying Club Circuit. I think it originally was called that, or maybe it was just called South the whole time. But yeah, it's kind of the Club Circuit. This is the very momentum-based part of the track. Also. But yeah, you probably know something. I have another GR86 with me, and that's because if I had the Clio would be dancing all over this on its grave. Because yeah, this car I kind of made in mind was like, what's the most D-est car I could bring into this? That answer is technically this car. I hate to be that douche, but this car, I just kind of did it in mind for a challenge run more than the times on this one this time around. But I mean, you always kind of wonder though, you know, like how fast could they do? And considering how much beef this car got for fame and stuff, you kind of wonder if does it kind of really deserve it, or is it just kind of mid? And as saying goes, I'll let the times decide on that. That saying. But yeah, starting off with a 117, which is 5 to the Subaru, that's pretty slow. That's pretty slow. It's not really quick. If I recall, I'll check my notes here. I should talk about the facts later here, because I do have some facts to mention. As like example, here's one fact. Apparently I did this on the Le Mans testing, this thing can hit 200 miles per hour. As long as you're drafting someone, it can do that. Otherwise, it struggles to even get to 190. I mean, I'm not surprised, because like I said, I really think this is a mid car at the end of the day. I do not expect it to win things. Stuff like that. Yeah, because in this time, as of right now, the Galador is the fastest with the 113.6. This, in comparison, this is not gonna beat that. This is definitely not gonna beat that. Which, by the way, 116 there. 116 right there. Basically, so far. Now, I was gonna say, by the way, that was the fastest time I could pull with this, because this car's steering is so unwieldy. Because if you steer too much while you're going like up a ramp or something, it would just try to fly off on you. So yeah, that was its fastest time. I had to be a spoiled butt, but yeah, that's just how fast it is. Now, will I say, will the BRZ be any better in comparison, its brother, to this? Who knows? I assume it would, because I recall the BRZ being more grippier, and, you know, design-wise, I do kind of prefer that a little bit. See, I will say the BRZ GT has different spoil sets up and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the best lap, was the 116 there. This is a travesty. And probably the quickest take on this, honestly. Yeah, onwards to Dragon Trail. And the first lap here. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to few crazy times. It has one goal in mind, to beat that 600 WTC, and it can. I will say it can, at least. But I needed an example. And this was that example. I must say. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad car, because especially in 550, it's so much better than 550. 600, it's just, you're pushing it too much. It gets too unwieldy once it hits this horsepower range. Because I will say, when it comes to tuning cars, if you apply too much horsepower, the car starts to freak out more than it should. Basically telling you, oh crap, this is too much. So that basically tells you, oh yeah, you need to completely rechange the whole car in order to even get to go faster than this. Which is, but one car example will pop up later down the road. On the win, but similarly. Which I'm referring to as the BRZ drift car, but I think that's based off the GT86. Because yeah, I will say the GR86 is a successor to the GT86. But yeah, you would think, oh okay, that shouldn't they be straight up be a sequel? Not by name wise, they're not. Because this is GR, the previous one was GT. So yeah, have fun with that. I must say. You know, at the end of the day, the GR is literally the GT, just better, some changes and stuff that they did. Yeah, look at the cab and stuff, but yeah, I do like the speedometer on this one, for this one. Yeah, we got the vinyl there, which I thought I did pretty nice work on this one. This one's very different from what I usually do. So yeah, I just thought, hey, you know, Toyota's known for a lot of Castro vinyl. What if I took the Castro vinyl and gave it the GR colors and, you know, make it simply good? And that's what I did. There's always a nice, basically a nice sports car at the end of the day. Although when I say sports, I mean like the 550 kind of level of sports. Do not push this up to 600 like I just did here. This is just too much for it. But I kind of just did this in a matter of challenge run. If it could do the 600 WTC or not. Which it will. Otherwise it would not be here. Because just say, if I have an F, I have an F. I'll just move on to the next car. Because an example of that, and you're going to be surprised what's kind of a failure in my 600 run so far, that would be the GT by Citroen car. That car fails. Because for example, it did a I want to say 212.3, and that's not good enough. It needs to go faster than that. Oh yeah, there's its horn there. Little beep beep. Get the beeper. Okay, so now on to the final lap here. Which, yeah. Or, not final lap, but best lap. I'm not. Which the best lap happened around the 9th. Instead of like, oh I don't know, the 3rd lap. Like the previous one. So I can't believe it. It did really good that 3rd lap. It just did not want to do any better after that. It's like, no. No. What you saw in Judgment League. I demand you push fur. Yeah, if you just wanted, that was a good joke, I would say. Yeah, I forget. I'm on a whole different trip sometimes. Yeah, okay, let's switch to the chicane switch, yeah. I'll say it's legit, or it's still legit if you're on the, you know, the, whatever those are called. As long as you're on those, you're fine. It's legit. That's not illegal too. Go across the line here at 153.793. Now on to the last one, which is the most important one. Yeah, I think the GR86 is a bad car. Technically not. It's technically not a bad car. It's just for this, at this point of performance, yeah, it's kind of bad. You really shouldn't really push it this far. Unless you have a way to turn it into all-wheel drive or something. Or you completely change the whole inner bodies of it. The frame and stuff. Yeah, I guess there is one other thing to mention too. Look, I should mention this is that it does have a 2.4 inline flat four motor too. And then the horsepower where it sits at and why is it so unwieldy? Because normally it has like 232 horsepower or something like that. This has 390 horsepower, which when sometimes a car's hitting like double its horsepower, it starts to freak out. Because it's normally supposed to just, you know, hold. I want to say at best another 100 horsepower. After that, it starts freaking out. You got 232 pounds of torque, and then the weight with that extra ballast that creates 2,535 pounds. And like I said, normally it's 2,800 pounds. I know, if you want to know what the RZ means, it's just a premium trim. They also got one that's like a RC, which is the budget one, and then you have another one. There's that. I forgot what the middle one's called. I think it's like CS or something like that. It's a real in-between one. But the RC is like the budget one. Which I think that's the Spacey without the turbo. I think. Which, technically that's fine. Because I will say in real life you do not need a turbo. Turbo's actually bad for a car in some cases. Yeah, seeing this scrolling down stuff. Yeah, would I use this again for the 600 WTC? Probably not. So I just made this more in mind for just a challenge, just to see how rough. Because I would like to see a small car dominate, or not only dominate, but at least beat the WTC efficiently. I'd just say down the road here when I get to mention about the vents, yeah, I am going to worry about some of the vents and stuff. Because I would say as long as it's the endurance of the WT600, I think it's doable there. It's just the other ones that sucker around that category I debate at that point, because Because this time it's about to pull. You'd think it'd be kind of easy to repull that time. It is very difficult to repull that time. This car was definitely, by potential, I'd say I really pushed it. I'd say 80% push, maybe. Of how much I could deliver. Yeah, 212.7, but I did got eventually to 212 straight, which by my restrictions, at least as long as it's around 212, I consider that good. If it wasn't doing that, it's not doing good. So here comes was the best lap. That just happened around the 6. Which I always thought, like, the races influence on how fast your car goes. No, it's just over time. Over time and understanding the course, direction, how to go about it. But if I have one goal in mind when it comes to doing these time trials, is at least try to pull an 80% potential of the time. Because if I don't, I will feel kind of bad if I didn't really push the car enough. Although I will admit, I'm doing it with the controller. I get the feeling someone's gonna be fly a butt and say, "Dude, the steering wheel." I would if it didn't cost a freaking fortune, or if I had the room to even do it. Otherwise, not the bad on that. Entertaining it. You're here for this. You're not here for my matter. Go with the big straight away at the end. Dude, I'm surprised how well I pulled this time, because I don't think I could ever pull this time ever again, either, for this part. Go back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.407. Which that's pretty quick. Now I'm gonna mention what events are here, what you can basically do. You can literally do the Sunday cuts. That's always a given. I don't mind. I'm just gonna click them just in case, like let people know, like yeah, you can do these ones. Yeah, you can do the FR Cup, no problem. With this, you could do the, let's see here, Japanese Clubman Cup 550, which is where it should be at. It's just stay 550, considering it's on the cover of one of those right there. And the freaking Ophelia, which I will touch that, but not at 600 happen. Not when it has a transmission that can only go out to 150 miles per hour. It says it says most electric cars, and the biggest problem I have about electric cars, only go up to 150. Yeah, the biggest worrisome I have, well, not just that turbo one, because the turbo one you probably could. I have tried it. Other cars, it's probably possible, but WTC, I'd say as long as it's the endurance one, I think you're good. The other ones are going to be debatable, if you could or not, with this car. So yeah, this car is definitely a D in my book. Even though I will mention there's one special, because yeah, I am going to be talking this time around for this endurance throughout. As you probably noticed, it's the 9th lap. This car has great fuel mileage too. Another big thing to mention. This thing could cover 10 laps. So at least there's a benefit there. It's just the problem is, they just really haven't it doesn't really have the potential pace to really show that. So it kind of just sits a bit less of one that would do better and also do 8 laps of this race. So yeah, I would definitely say, I'd say between C or D in terms of my respect of this car. Considering right now I have Gallus in the front this time, because yeah, this time around, Kokubun, you weren't fighting me this time, I'm surprised. Yeah, because literally the Skyline in the RX-7 or in MMEO, it literally just daily drived throughout this whole race. If that had any competition, it was that NSX this time around. I will say the AI gets really weird sometimes. Sometimes it's this thing, sometimes it's that thing. But I will say he'd be pitting soon, so look how bad he's burning his tires. Freaking 600 PP cheater. Yeah, just to say, he's not detuned. He is stock with a spoiler. I think a change of rims, which might up the PP a bit more. Maybe a splitter, front splitter too. I see there. And as a result, yeah, he is going to be able to pull those times. Because just to say, I hard checked that. And the quickest I got was 208. I want to say 208.3 with the SX after hard checking that. Now, will I say it's going to be part of this first 20 cars I'm doing? No. I just did it for hard checking. That's like the RX-7. He's definitely shooting too. Because I think he has the performance of a 600, but you put slapped on soft tires, which makes him, I'd say, 630-ish. Or 620-ish. It depends on how much the sports software are given over. The only ones I consider legit is that GTR on down. The GTR is a bit loose, I will say, because he is pretty fast as well. So he might be just a tad over. Otherwise, everyone else is fair game. I would say throughout this race. What I would say is basically drive this and take it home at the end of the day. So yeah, that's basically the Toyota GR86 RT, which is, like I said, not a bad car, but I would not suggest up at this league at all. It's not great. So yep, I'll see you guys next time. You guys take care and stuff, and enjoy the rest of the video. Not this. See you then.